Welcome to today's episode of Kaleidoscope Corner. My name is Breanne, and with me my co-host Melanie Maldonado. And today's special guest is one of our BCBAs over at the Palm Bay location, Bree Baez. Pleasure to have you today.
Pleasure.
Bree, how are you today?
I'm great. How about you, Breanne?
I'm doing awesome. It's great to have you today. Now you're going to talk a little bit about forward chaining. Now can you break down what is chaining?
Chaining is when we break down a single task into many different steps. And then we will chain those steps together to create the child completing the task.
Okay, so I'm assuming there's different types of chaining. So, Bijan mentioned we're talking about forward chaining. What's that look like?
Forward chaining is when you start with teaching the first step of the task. So there's many different things that you can chain, such as washing your hands or even tying shoes. So you would just start with that first step in the chain or for the task and then work from there.
Awesome. Very well explained.
Bree, what are the steps?
Oh, the steps are first you start with the first step of the chain or the task. So such as for washing hands, you would start with turning on the water. So that's the first step of the chain. And then once that step is mastered by our learners at Kaleidoscope, then we will go on and we'll teach the second step. But we also make sure we focus on that first step too. And then they end working on the task at hand once that step is complete. And then we just slowly build on until they are able to complete all steps in the task.
Okay.
So, I happen to have a shoe right here. Can you give us an example how this is done?
Yes. So for all of our early learners, we would start with, for like tying shoes, maybe just first reinforce them lifting up one lace on the shoe. Mr. Breanne, can you hold this for me?
Of course.
So then the second would be once they have this mastered, then we'll work on 2 steps. And then from there, the next step would be crossing. And then so forth until the child completely ties their shoe independently.
Awesome. Well, guys, thanks for tuning in. On behalf of myself, Melanie Maldonado, and our BCBA at the Palm Bay location, Bree Baez, thank you for joining us. Tune in next time.
And remember, if you have any questions on forward chaining, please reach out to your local behavior analyst.